So I'm looking at a beautiful sunset here in California, and I just got in. It's nice to be back, but I was flying at Denver International Airport yesterday, and guess what happened when I was getting boarded on my plane? Facial recognition scanned my face, Big Bear AI. It hit me so hard. And the company has been moving. It's not just theory now. It's being used by people and airports, and most people really have no idea. But hey, earlier today, I want to apologize as well, guys, when I uploaded a video. I hadn't realized, but at the end, I hadn't screen recorded properly, and I got a little frustrated. I might have dropped a bomb. It was related to an F and a mother in there as well. I wasn't angry. I was just passionate. I just wanted to let you guys know I appreciate you all rolling with me. We keep it real around here. That's what's going on. So, also, quick heads up as we jump into this Big Bear analysis. Our lifetime access for Stockmate, it ends tonight at its current price. And if you want to trade live with me, learn how I analyze opportunities like this and build wealth alongside a powerful community. That's the second link in the description. Don't miss it. So Big Bear AI, you see that it's recently started to consolidate from left to right, even selling off a little bit. And as we're looking from the past year, you can see this trend. It went from $1 up to $10.50 before selling back down to $2.80. You want to hear something funny? About 4 months ago, I was trading Big Bear, and I have an average purchase price of $2.80. And we started covering it back here early November or October when it was just under $1 a share. And we saw it surge to $10. My investment had surged to $10.50 a share. I think I think we're tens of thousands at that. We're definitely tens of thousands of dollars, and then I'm still holding it, and it's at $2.80. I gotta tell you guys why I'm holding it long term, but also why we trade it on a consistent basis. What's the potential we're seeing in this company? And hey, maybe I'm wrong. You guys let me know in the comment section. I'm not just here to hype up stocks. I'm here to really jump in and give you guys analysis. And if you have any other opinions about the company, let me know. So when we're looking at this recovery, I could see a recovery up into this level. Now you might say, well, why? It doesn't even make sense. Well, let's just take a look. There's three things we look at in a stock. When you look at Big Bear AI stock, for example, we're going to look at the financials, the news, as well as the technicals. Those are the analysis piece. When it comes to the market that they're in the defense space. So they operate DoD contracts, Pentagon contracts. They got Army contracts. So yeah, kind of military tech. They also have some commercial stuff where they scan for commercial companies. They scan the face at POS, so point of sale. And they're a company that has AI-driven analytics that process large amounts of data and then be able to identify different anomalies in the market or maybe threats to security. That's why the government likes working with them. And they recently had some stewardship changes. They got a new CEO, someone that's Kevin McAleenan, who used to be Homeland Security, Border Patrol, Secretary of Defense. So he's very well connected, and this is a company that will get contracts like that. When you look at the $2.81 range, again, they're back down to it. And take a look at their revenue. So revenue quarter over quarter increasing. We take a look, 33 million. Then you got 39 million. Look at that. So the red, a little bit in the red, okay, in the net income range. You guys see that net income? But then really in this quarter four, they went really negative on the net income. It's because they were paying off debt. That's what we're seeing on the balance sheet. With a new CEO, you have someone saying, what if we pay off the debt? What if we go a little more aggressive? So that's why you see a big negative net income there. Net profit margins were down, but again, revenue increasing. So revenue increasing 43 million, it's 8% year over year. Nothing, that blows your socks off. But I just saw them in person, and I can tell you this is kind of a similar company to that of Palantir. They're actually partnered with Palantir. Or, for example, Leidos. Leidos is a company that specializes in tech for space, but also you guys see them maybe when you go to the airport and you sit like this or you stand like this and it scans. That's Leidos. That's the technology. So their financials, again, nothing that stands out. You say, wow, that's crazy. So good. But you do see their revenue increasing. We see that they're cutting down on that debt, and their employees updated there, about 630 employees as of late 2024. So they are growing. They got a big team. So that's how, the financials, again, not beautiful, but we're looking at it and we're saying, okay, maybe they clean up the debt. If they can increase the revenue next quarter, let's say they have, not so much spend on the balance sheet here and the net income shrinks a lot smaller, but their revenue still increases. We're looking at a really nice earnings report if that's the case. So watching the earnings closely here on Big Bear AI into quarter 2 or quarter 1 reported. Now, when it comes to Big Bear AI from a technical perspective or from a look at their news, you can see they work with the Pentagon. We know that their contracts include contracts with Army, and take a look down here. Let's go to their news here. Looks like they might have recently got a contract. No, that was March 10th. But yeah, the U.S. Department of Defense. Okay, so AI, data analytics, being able to navigate evolving threats and operational demands. Big Bear AI's modernization efforts enhance Orion DSP's scalability, adaptability, and analytical capabilities to support force planning. So this contract combines Big Bear AI's deep subject matter expertise and advanced technical skills to continue to develop cutting-edge and mission-critical solutions for the DoD. So essentially, take a look at what this includes. It says refinement, analysis, providing validated military advice to the DoD decision makers, and that's their Orion, right? So the Orion, basically, imagine you got why are they at the airports? Thousands or millions of people going to the airports or going to the Border Patrol or getting into this system here with the DoD, and then AI can look at all that data and perform analysis that previously took weeks or months that a human maybe goes through and say, what are the threats? That person is doing this kind of shady thing. They entered in the U.S. Yesterday, and then they came in only for one day. Like, that's weird. What's going on there? Maybe it's analyzing that specific profile. And if you got to do that as a human, you got to send that person. They still have to recognize it. This platform, this AI, it automatically says enabled analysis that previously took weeks or months to now be conducted in minutes or hours. So really, really fast. It's AI in machine learning procurement. And you can just imagine the type of scale that this could be used for, again, Border Patrol, going through international airports, things like that. This is the type of tech, and we joke, right? Big Bear is a Big Brother. You guys seen the Big Brother? I think it's 1984, where you have one surveillance that can see all of what's happening in the world. I mean, they're a company that really does that for some of these government agencies. And if you look more into the news, you'll see some pretty consistent contracts. We got contracts. You got U.S. Travel Association. Hey, that's pretty big, actually, if you think about right before the World Cup that we got going on in the U.S. So 2026 World Cup, we were just thinking about this. I was just talking about this at dinner with my wife yesterday before we took her to the airport. So she's actually going to Hawaii. She's gone for the next week. We're talking about, and I'm going to join her actually in the next week. It's going to be cool. But we're talking about the Border Patrol, or we're just talking about immigration, right? And we're saying, man, this World Cup that's coming up, how many immigrants do you think are going to stay? And my wife's an immigrant. She's got her green card. She's got her working visa or her EAD card. She's got her ability to work. We're married, and she's from Argentina. But we go through that process. I've been through all that process. She entered legally, so it's easier for her. And I can tell you it's loads easier for people that have entered legally to get citizenship. But we're like, hey, this World Cup, how many people from other countries are going to come? And they're saying this could be overwhelming. Take a look at this. So you got Big Bear AI in the conversation here. The commission's recommendations were informed by experts. Kevin McAleenan, acting Secretary of Homeland Security and Chair Commission, has some recommendations to improve the government and private sector and collaborating to enhance the travel systems and welcome additional visitors, but do it right. Like we're gonna have so much data, and so processing visas efficiently is part of the conversation. I mean, I could tell you, we send out extended visa stay, especially during the C word in 2020, and when we were sending out for my wife, she's getting extended stay. The amount of time that it took to get an answer back was absolutely crazy for just a little application that we're sending into the Department of Homeland Security to get it approved. The amount of time it took to get an answer was like 8 months when it should have taken about a week. I mean, it's an easy process, but we're saying they don't have the systems. This company, Big Bear AI, is saying we can automate some of those systems. We can bring in some tech that will make that easier. And that's exactly what a government means, especially during something like the World Cup. And I think this is going to allow the U.S. to handle the World Cup in a way that's efficient, and it's going to be on track with the type of tech that we need to really monitor and make sure that we're, got our ducks in a row. We can see everybody that's coming in and out. I think that's really important as somebody that goes through that. I think even immigrants want that process. It's good to get things approved faster and what have you. So the other deal here, you got the IDIQ contract. They got Navy Seaport Next Generation. That's the same contract you saw with CTM, which is another smaller company, a lot smaller than this, under $100 million market cap, that we trade quite often in our live sessions in the morning. And I'll tell you what, that IDIQ, once they get that 10-year on-demand contracts with the government, huge for them. So, we're looking at it. We're seeing these. They got $165 million contract, 5-year production with U.S. Army there. There's no shortage of new contracts that I've been seeing with the company. So I think they're on the right track to continue to have some progress. And you can see some of their solutions, higher intelligence. So why are we covering it? What is that so key? Well, we're going through the analysis, right? Financials, see increasing revenue, getting some of that debt paid off. It looks a little better. Then you see the news. They're right positioned with the biggest agencies in the government, and they're, I think, focusing on the right things that the government would need solved and also be able to pay money. And we see they're not going to stop spending, especially when it comes to things like immigration or when it comes to things like tech, like software. That's kind of what you hear the government saying recently. This isn't support of managing people in the government. This is actually tech support. We need more tech. We need to be able to track things. It's how we're going to scale things. And so that's what you see. And this company might be one of them that's going to be part of that wave here that's happening in the US. So on the technical side, let's take a look at the chart and the margins for profit. We kind of looked at this recovery here, but let's get a little less vague. There is this level where it was trending up, right? We had this trend. It was looking pretty bullish. Now it's not looking as bullish. We kind of see it sell down. You can see that red line, the current price where it is, just at this support right here. And that could indicate some momentum, right? If it holds this support, maybe we see it bounce here at this $2.80 range. I remember we actually entered somewhere right here. If it bounces right here, we could be seeing a recovery. Now, next levels, if we see that recovery happen, here's the previous resistance. There's also, of course, the previous high. But just take a look here. We have this level. There's also this resistance right here. And that's a level that it could get rejected at. It's still below the 200-day moving average, which is not bullish, but it's kind of holding above this EMA or consolidating right now. If we see this push up here, that's about a 30% swing and could indicate some breakouts above. You see it break above this EMA. EMA oftentimes acts as a support. Same thing with that 200-day moving average, that green line. It's oftentimes going to act as a support in a bullish momentum. So you see right here, let's go 4 hour. You can see that green line kind of acting as a support when it's bullish. When it's bearish, it crossed below. If we see it break above that level, that's a 30% increase, but also then it's knocking on the door of this 200-day moving average. If we see it break above that 200-day moving average, now we got some previous resistance here that we're going to face. And if it breaks above, it's going to act as a support because previous resistance oftentimes acts as a support, technicals. And then after that, we're above the 200-day moving average. That's another 23%, possibly the next level. So in total, about a 65% swing potential. And that's not really taking into account that if we see previous highs, which we could. I mean, that's back into some of this bull market territory in February. But hey, that's 256 or 270, 280% increase. I don't know about you, but those are the types of risk to reward plays that I'm looking at as an investor and a trader. And we oftentimes see this stock swing at market open from the highs down to the low. Maybe it can make this move in a day. It's possible. I've seen it happen. And we'll be watching for those indicators to see if it validates the support, maybe reverses at market open on Monday. And again, the sale, the huge sale, there's so many times where we've ran different opportunities, different types of new offers for Stockmate, which is our live community where you can surround yourself with other like-minded individuals. But this is the biggest sale ever, and it's officially not getting better than this. Tonight at midnight, Stockmate is closing at the current lifetime access. It's lifetime access. You pay one time. It's not a subscription or anything like that. And you get access to watch me trade live every single day at market open. 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday. I'm there with the team. And we have a ton of Stockmates in there. We're getting a lot of great testimonials. I was just talking with Michael Tucker. He was saying he had a great trade today. Got another message from some other guys who were saying that they've been trading alongside. We trade the semiconductor market today. In the near term, we've been playing the downswings and we've been making a lot in the process. Our portfolio is up about 2.18% today. We're up even in the down market. Our portfolio is up. And it's because of just being aware, seeing the institutions and how they're selling off and taking advantage of those opportunities, and also when the institutions buy. Speaking of institutions, Big Bear AI. So just a friendly reminder, again, second link down below if you want to take advantage of that offer. Second link in the description. But Big Bear AI, just one more friendly reminder. They got BlackRock, State Street, they got Charles Schwab and some other institutional investors. So keep that in mind. You head over here to Big Bear AI. Take a look direct from NASDAQ records. You could see you got State Street. Let's jump into, there it is. BlackRock, Vanguard, Morgan Stanley. These are the big companies that are invested. So when it comes down to seeing the full swing of the technicals and what we could see, we're looking at a potential 30% swing here. We see that the market's growing in this sector. We see that the technicals are looking okay here. The financials are looking okay, pretty good. And the news is also looking quite well. And then you have the institutional investors. Obviously, there's something there they see. What do they see? I think they see this emerging tech, and I'm excited to potentially take advantage of it here in the near term. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all. If I earned your thumbs up, hit that like button. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. I appreciate you all. And not only that, do consider subscribing. If you are getting value out of this content, appreciate you, and check out that video here that we have at the end as a recommended for your next one. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.